Collecting a simple random sample from the table in the book on page 100 is quite tedious. Oftentimes we use technology such as the computer or the calculator. There's a random number generator for the computer. It's a link in the course in Chapter 2. In order to use a TI-83, if you follow the directions on page 144, they first set a seed value. This is like picking the row in your table. So I'm going to type in the number 33, because that's where I'll seed the same so you get the same answer as I. We're going to go to the store button, which is STO, and you can tell where my cursor is at on the calculator to the button that I pushed. And we're going to store this in math. We're going to go over to probability and down to rand. So that's the random number that we're going to start with in the table. So really, there really is no thing as a random number. If I press enter, it's just going to say 33. So if you do that on your calculator, you will get the same answer I will for every time you press enter. If you get ahead on your enter pressing, you will have different numbers than I. So now I want to pick 4 numbers between 1 and 20 randomly. So I'm going to go to math, again to probability, because that's what a random number is supposed to be, is probability. Down to random integer, which just says I don't want any decimals. I just want the number 1, the number 2, the number 3, and so forth. So I'm going to pick numbers between 1 and 20. Notice here we didn't have to put the 01. We just chose 1 and 20. And how many of those do I want to pick? 4. So I'm going to close my parentheses. The first one is 13. The second one in my sample is 5. The third is 9. And the fourth is 10. Now, what do you do if these numbers duplicate? You just keep pressing enter. So notice they have, right at this point, not duplicated, but as soon as I get a duplication of 13, I would ignore that and continue. But the first 4 numbers were found earlier. So I'll be using that key. And once again, it's math, probability, random int. What's the smallest assigned number in your population to the largest? And then hit enter as many times as you need that number.